Hi, I'm Riley and I live in Seattle. On the outside, everything about me looks perfect. My grades, top of the class, my room, Pinterest worthy, my family, loving and supportive. But here's the catch. None of it is real. Let me explain. I wasn't born Riley. In fact, my real name is not important right now. What matters is that I've been living a lie since I was 12. And it all started when I was taken away from my biological parents. I remember it like it was yesterday. I was sitting on the cracked floor of our tiny, moldy apartment when two social workers knocked on the door. My mom was passed out on the couch, again, and my dad hadn't been home in 3 days. The neighbors had reported us for the 5th time that year. "You're not safe here, sweetheart," one of them whispered as she gently pulled me to my feet. I didn't even resist. Fast forward, a month later, I was placed with the Harris family. From the moment I stepped into their home, I felt like I'd landed on another planet. They had white carpets, a double-door fridge, a piano that no one even played. And they had a daughter, Addison, who was the same age as me and dressed like she was about to walk the runway. Addison didn't like me. Not even a little. But her parents? They adored me. Mrs. Harris once said, "You're exactly what this family needed, Riley." And just like that, I became Riley. I didn't correct them when they messed up my name. I didn't tell them the truth about where I came from. I just let it happen. For the first time, I had a new room, new clothes, a new identity, and no one yelling at me or passing out in the hallway. So I told myself, forget the past. This is your life now, but secrets have a funny way of showing up when you least expect it. And mine showed up at my school, in the form of a girl who looked exactly like me. I froze. She was standing by the lockers, surrounded by a group of confused students who kept glancing back and forth between her and me. Same eyes, same nose, even the same tiny scar on her chin. No. This can't be happening. I turned to leave, but it was too late. She looked straight at me and whispered, "Oh my God, it's you." I panicked. I ran straight to the bathroom, locked myself in a stall, and started shaking. My mind was racing. Who was she? A cousin? A hallucination? Or was it finally happening? Was my past catching up with me? Later that day, she found me again. She cornered me outside the school gates. "Riley?" she asked. "That's not my name," I blurted, then immediately regretted it. She stepped back, shocked. "I knew it. I knew it was you. I've been looking for you for years." "I think you've made a mistake," I lied, trying to walk away. But she reached into her bag and pulled out a photo, an old, wrinkled snapshot of 2 little girls sitting on a staircase. One of them was me. The other was her. "I'm Mia," she said, tears forming in her eyes. "I'm your twin sister." That hit me like a truck. Suddenly, flashes of our old apartment came rushing back. The small bed we used to share, the way we held hands when we were scared, how we used to pretend we were fairy princesses trying to escape an evil castle. I had blocked it all out, but now the memories were shoving their way back into my brain. "I looked for you," Mia said. "After they split us up, I begged my foster parents to help me find you, but no one knew where you went. Until I saw your picture on the school's website last month. And I knew. I just knew. I didn't know what to say. I wanted to scream, cry, hug her, run, everything at once, but instead I just whispered, please, don't tell anyone. Because if my fake family found out the truth, I'd lose everything. I didn't sleep that night. I kept pacing in my room, staring at the photo Mia gave me. It was real. She was real. And now everything I had worked so hard to build, the Harris family, my perfect grades, my clean image, was hanging by a thread. The next morning, I found Mia waiting outside my school again. Please, I whispered. I can't let them know who I really am. She looked hurt. Why? They deserve to know the truth. You deserve to live your real life. I shook my head. My real life was a nightmare. This is the first time I've ever felt safe. You don't understand. I do understand, she interrupted, because I lived it too, but at least I never lied about who I was. Those words cut deep. things only got worse from there. Mia didn't tell anyone, but she didn't disappear either. She started hanging out near my school. Then she somehow got into my drama club's performance as a volunteer. Everyone started noticing how alike we looked. Some even joked we were clones. Addison, my foster sister, was the first to get suspicious. "Why is that new girl always around you? She looks exactly like you, Riley. Are you related or something?" I just laughed it off, but inside, I was panicking. One night after dinner, Mr. and Mrs. Harris called me into the living room. "We need to talk," Mrs. Harris said. "Addison showed us something." She handed me a school blog post. It had a photo from our recent drama rehearsal with me and Mia standing side by side. "You never told us you had a sister," Mr. Harris said gently. My heart dropped. "She's not my sister," I lied again. "We just look alike." But then, out of nowhere, Mia walked in. "She's lying," she said. "I am her sister, her twin sister." Everyone went silent, and then Mrs. Harris whispered, "Riley, is that true?" I stood frozen, knowing that whatever I said next would change everything forever. Everything was quiet. Too quiet. Mr. Harris set his cup down. Addison's jaw was on the floor. Mrs. Harris, she just looked heartbroken. I didn't mean to lie," I finally choked out. I didn't think you'd want me if you knew where I came from." "You think love comes with conditions," Mrs. Harris said softly. "Riley, we love you, not because of your name, your grades, or where you came from. We love you." "But I'm not even Riley," I whispered. "That's not even my real name. I made her up because I wanted to be someone different, someone worth loving." Mia reached for my hand. "You always were." Addison stood up suddenly and walked out of the room. She didn't say a word. I couldn't blame her. Her parents had treated me like their own daughter, and I had lied to their faces every single day. Later that night, Mrs. Harris came to my room. "We've spoken to social services," she said gently. "We'll do whatever it takes to keep you and Mia together as a family, but no more secrets, okay?" I nodded through tears. "Okay." The next few weeks were awkward. I had to relearn how to be honest with the Harris family, with Addison, with myself, and with Mia. She moved in temporarily while the paperwork was being sorted, and suddenly, I wasn't an only child anymore. We fought over closet space. I caught her sneaking my makeup. She called my style boring, and I called hers chaotic. But we laughed. We stayed up watching horror movies and screamed at the same scenes. Slowly, we became sisters again, not just by blood, but by heart. Eventually, I stood in front of my whole school and shared my real story during a creative writing showcase. I spoke about identity, shame, survival, and how lying doesn't protect you. It just keeps you from healing. After my speech, people came up to me. Some were crying. A girl hugged me and whispered, "Thank you." I thought I was the only one hiding. Turns out, telling the truth didn't ruin my life. It gave me a new one where I'm not perfect, just me. And finally, that's enough.